What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and today is a Friday, a Famicom Friday. It's also St. Patrick's Day, so I've got some green lights with shamrocks back there, which I've used in previous videos, but they're kind of cool. Also got green on, so don't pinch me. I'm wearing green. St. Patrick's Day is today on Friday, the 17th, 2023. Also, it's a Famicom Friday, so in the past, most recent Famicom Friday videos, we've been focusing on Sega Saturn games. We're taking a little bit of a break from the Sega Saturn. Don't worry, we'll be going back to Sega soon, Mr. Segata Sanshiro. But for now, we are going back to the original Famicom, the Nintendo Famicom. So this is a true Famicom Friday. But it's a game that we've already done before. The reason why? There has been a translation patch, a full English translation patch on romhacking.net, was released, I think, a couple weeks ago, at the start of this month, March 2023, once again. And that is a patch for a game that not only is a game that I've done before on Famicom Friday, it's a game that I'm interested in to learn more about. Now today's game, Zoids, for the Nintendo Famicom, is a game that is an RPG Dragon Quest style, early Dragon Quest style RPG on the Famicom. But the battle system is not your typical turn-based RPG. It is think of like a a tank simulator game. You battle in that style where you move around, you aim your cursor, you point and shoot at other monsters. Now, if you're not familiar with the Zoids series, I'll play a commercial for you. It might be a different commercial than the last video, so if you are interested in this game still after today's video, go back and check out the original Famicom Friday, where I'll talk a little bit more about the game, and in a different way, because it'll just be the original Japanese on-cart version. So without any further ado, let's jump in with Zoids on the Nintendo Famicom, translated today, and I'll have the translator's info on this video as well, to credit him or her. But let's jump in with Zoids on today's Famicom Friday, right here on Happy Beard Games.
Famicom Friday.
Famicom Friday.
限界態勢の中、次々と整備される共和国戦闘メカにスクランブルがかかった。帝国軍大部隊の果敢な奇襲攻撃。決戦地点はポイント X2Y0。サラマンダー発進。ヘリック共和国の勇士とともにゴジラス出撃せよ。リアルアクションキットシリーズゾイド by トミー。
Just real quick, I had complaints on my past videos like, why are you translating? Why don't you just know Japanese? I'm like, well, it's a process. It's a learning process. There's the language, and then there's also speaking it and hearing it, and then writing it and reading it. So there's like 4 different things to languages, at least. So I have a Japanese translation book. I have Google Translate on my phone. In a lot of my Famicom Fridays, I do actually translate using my phone and Google Translate. I like to learn about new things. I like to learn new cultures, new languages, stuff like that. And I'm very interested in Japanese culture. So with that, I don't have any problem with using a translation patch. I think it's actually really awesome, so I don't know why people would complain about that. But without any further ado, we're jumping in with Zoids Chuo Tairiku no Tatakai. Console's controllers. I figured this is the most authentic thing to use, since I don't have a Famicom original style controller, because once again, the Famicom original console, they're hardwired into it. So it says to talk to this guy. So we are playing as this character right here, which I'm going to show you him right now. If you go to, I like that. Menu, speak, look, use, and dat, which I think is data. So, just real quick, my character, so I know, is Gojulus. And this was all I believe this was all translated already into English on the original Japanese Famicom game. So I don't think they really changed anything here. They might have done the height, weight text. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played this, but I knew the character was named Gojulus, which is basically like a Godzilla or Gojira type character. Except on Zoids, they're not living, breathing monsters. I believe they're all like robots. I don't think they have people piloting them in this specific version of Zoids, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I think it's just they're actual like robots that you're playing as. In some versions of Zoids, like the anime, there is pilots, like a Gundam or something like that. So we're going to speak to this guy. Welcome, Kevin. I'm counting on you to save us. Well, I'll do my best. Now, last time we played this, we played for a very short amount of time, and it was like 15 minutes with the whole video. Now my Famicom Fridays are a little bit longer, 30 minutes to an hour, so we got a little more time to figure this out and take my time with it a little bit more than I was at the original early Famicom Fridays that I used to do. Because we're on episode 55, which is crazy. Thanks for sticking with me, guys and girls. Okay, so stick on the Zoids with courage to help you. This was like his aide of the prime minister or whatever, the president they called him. So let's go here. Now I gotta remember, Famicom only has A and B, start and select. Now select doesn't do anything on this menu, on this part of the game. The start button pauses it. Now if you listen real carefully, I mentioned this in the last one, the original version of this video, this music, wait for it, right here. Doesn't that sound like the Final Fantasy 1 original town music? Isn't that weird? I mean, it's kind of like a Final Fantasy or like an early Dragon Quest. It's a little bit closer to Dragon Quest because it has this menu that pops up. Well, let's talk to some of these guys. Maybe I'll get some hints. So you talk to the other Zoids. There's like a Stegosaurus one. Okay, sometimes you have to try asking 2 or 3 times. That's something that I think Final Fantasy did too. I don't know. Am I even on this guy? Let's see. Oh, maybe that's all he has. That's all he's saying. Okay, so it's not saying talk to him 3 times. He's saying, you know, that's actually what he's saying. Please don't leave me behind. Yes or no? Wait. Please don't leave me behind. Yes, I won't leave you behind. I can't fight, but please stay with me. Yes? What? What the heck? What? It exits the game? Oh my gosh! What? What? That gives you a game over if you say you don't want to fight. That is nuts. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, that's a game changer. That's crazy. Okay, well, we're starting over again. I guess. At least it was early in the game. I wonder how many things like that there are in the game. Maybe it's the only thing. Now we gotta talk to President Rio again. I don't know if you actually have to talk to him, but we're talking to him, so let's just do that real quick. Well, that was completely unexpected. And we'll talk to his assistant as well. Let's get out of this, I guess we're in a castle. Or a building. It looks like it's stone, though, but we're in robots and stuff. Don't talk to the red Gojulus. That guy sucks. He's gonna mess my game up. It doesn't suck, it's just come on. Why does it have to exit all the way? Come on. The last allied fortress is to the west. Okay, so we're probably gonna go to the west in a little bit. I want to talk to everyone in the town. There's a lot of people in the town. I didn't talk to them last time because I didn't know what they were saying. Look and listen well. Okay. These might just be really basic hints. So let's just talk to people that are in fancy houses. Like this guy. Looks just like me. Did you explore under the town? No, I haven't. I have not. I can't move. Please find my brother, Gufu. Okay, well, we'll look for Gufu. This probably looks just like him. Well, no, that's elephant. Or Mastodon. No one is there. Well, I think someone is there. Peace will be restored. Oh, yeah. Sounds good, my man. Be kind to women. I mean, yeah. Be kind to women. Be kind to yourself. I did not mean to go to this menu. And it kind of takes a while to get for it to load through. Somehow I pressed down on accident. Okay. The president has put his faith in you. Well, thanks. Actually, there's not that many people in the town, so we're gonna... I think this might be the guy's brother that I'm looking for. Let's go talk to him, and then we gotta talk to, one more... Oh, no, I think this might be the last guy. Toot, I'm not an elephant. Okay, well, that didn't really help me at all. It was kind of funny, but, what? Okay, so this town doesn't really have... Oops, I can't exit that way. That much to do. It's just our starting town. Similarly to like the first Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy once again, which are games that I think I beat Final Fantasy on the GBA version. I haven't beat it on the NES Famicom, but I beat Dragon Quest on the NES, which is called Dragon Warrior. Okay, so now we're in the town. I wish there was a way to save. There's data, but it's not really save. It's like your actual data. Use. Let's see what that does. There's nothing to use. That's like if I had an item. Let's go to look. Nothing is there. Okay. You can't walk on the mountains. You have to walk down the path in between them. You can walk on these rocks, though. You walk over the trees. Okay. Let's just go down. They said there was a town to the west. I don't remember if this has random battles or not. Okay, it looks like it has, like, encounters that are, like, on screen. There's like... Oh, what? There's battles, too. There's random battles, and there's battles on screen, I guess. So we're gonna fight Iguan. Oh no! These are not in English here. What is that? RSE and RSAT. Not sure what that means. Let's just see what that does. SE. Sat. Does that run away? Oh, it's like my character data. I don't know why it didn't say data. Could be something wrong with the patch, missing in the patch. Or there could be something because I'm playing on a Retron with the actual game card. So we're gonna go to duel. I guess run is the second one, so I don't know what the other one's. Just data and something else. Here's the battle screen. Oh, B is shoot, not A. So once again, like I mentioned at the start, it's basically like your battle tanks type thing. Or like battle zone or whatever you want to call it, tank game. Looks like those little like, what are they called? Those little buttons on the side, above the radar, are my ammo count maybe, or maybe my health count. I don't know if you have ammo count, but that's like looks like it's your health maybe. And then now we're in the next town. Yeah, so the battles are pretty straightforward. I'm assuming it'll get more complicated as we go on. Maybe you get new weapons or something. Let's talk to this guy. No one is there. I know he's there. He's just run away from me. Caesar Cranium or Fortress. Okay. Gotta be careful with those red Gojulis because they're like... Someone sent me out of the game. This is a New Republic Fortress. New Republic? What's this, Star Wars? Take me along. You won't regret it. Yes? Salamander became an ally. Oh cool, we got a Salamander on our team. I was actually afraid to press yes because of what happened last time I talked to someone. I was just, I don't know, I don't want to get kicked out of the game. I'm in the middle of being modified. Ooh. I wonder if that means I can change out my parts too. So I've got someone on my team now. I'm wondering what that means in terms of the battle. Pay attention to your power gauge. You can make repairs at allied fortresses. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the data again, because now I have someone else in my party. It should show Salamander, yeah. It just looks more like a pterodactyl or something than a salamander. So there's that. 21 meter salamander. Okay, so that's the salamander stats, and you can toggle between the two. Okay, well that's pretty cool. We got someone in our party. It's not like a big event. It's just kind of like join me, and then they join your party. Now we're going down underneath the city. Where am I? Which one is me? Okay, it's weird that you don't start next to the staircase. Let's talk to this guy. Purchase a full energy tank. I'm gonna say no because my I'm just gonna say no because I don't have that much damage taken. But I guess if you go down here, you can talk to him and get a full energy tank, which I'm assuming is just restoring your health. It could be something extra though, so I don't know, like a second E-tank. Gustav can carry belongings. Now I'm wondering if the translator actually like looked at the models, the toys of Zoids, and like got the exact names, or if they just like directly translated it from Japanese. I'm curious about that too. Because I don't really recognize any of these names being the names of Zoids from the anime or the toys that I had. I had one that was like a mastodon. It was really cool. It was like the biggest one I ever had. It was like a mastodon. Zoid, and it walked around. And I remember I walked down the stairs and it broke, and it was never built again. I also had one that was the Liger Zero, which is like a white Liger, and it was the main character's, I believe it was the main character's Zoid mech in one of the animes. Okay, ultimate weapon under development. Is there anything over here? No. You hear weeping somewhere in Crockett Fortress. Oh, weird. So there's a lot of people to talk to in these towns. Or people, they're Zoids. Toot, I'm based on a mammoth. Are you? Because you look like an alligator or a crocodile. I don't really want to talk to everybody in the town, but since we're here, I'll talk to one more guy. The enemy possesses overwhelming numbers. Be careful. A lot of it's just like this basic, like, town RPG text and stuff. Like, just really basic townsfolk text. But occasionally, like, there's people that'll join your party and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to, like, know what to talk to and what not. And how the heck do I get out of here? This doesn't really start... When you go into a room in this, it, like, starts you in a weird spot. This gonna take me where? Okay. Well, let's, since this isn't, like, a big fortress like I thought it was, gonna be, like, a dungeon or something, we're just gonna leave. Hey, let's talk to this guy. He looks cool. I'm a prototype model who can't fight. Okay. I remember that, like, was it like a Brontosaurus? What is it? What is it that, like, Littlefoot is in, Land Before Time? Whatever that is, like a Brachiosaurus, a Brontosaurus. I remember there was one of those in that toy commercial. I believe there was one of those in that toy commercial that I had in the last video. Okay, which I think was one of the first Famicom Fridays where I included a commercial. I think I actually had two commercials where I had one from the 80s, one from like 2000 or 90s or something like that. Let's duel him. Looks like my health got restored too. I like the battle system. I don't really know how to defend. Do you shoot their bullets? Doesn't seem like it. Like, I don't really understand how the dodging works. There's a guy over here on the radar. Like, I haven't really figured out that yet. And that's like one of the key things. It's not so much the translation language barrier. That's a little bit of it. But also, like, the game is a little weird. It's like... I thought there's a dungeon in there. It's a little weird because you got to... That's what this does. Can I change the person that I'm fighting as? Is what I'm curious about. You can see that his health is down by like one little pixel. There's like 8 pixels there. And Salamander's is full, so... I don't really understand how you use Salamander in the fight. It doesn't show your character, so it's kind of weird. You would think that just driving around out of frame would protect you from getting shot, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case. Enemy defeated. So the music's really good in this game. It's really kind of like your basic, typical RPG stuff, fancy RPG. But I think the music's pretty good, even when it's just kind of like a rip-off of Final Fantasy. Oh, this is a town. Oh, wait, no, it's not. These are bad guys. Molga. It's like Mothra when it's in larva form. Okay, let's fight this Molga. I guess we are in like a dungeon town. Dungeon area. There should be another one. Maybe you just kind of like move your cursor away for a little bit. I don't know, it's weird. It's like there's not a really good dodge in this, or like defense. Oh! It's like a sad, like a... What's the word? It's like a darker version of the theme from... Oh, prepare yourself, Kevin. Whoa, ho, ho. There's a battle. Iron Kong and Black Rhymos. This is gonna be hard. I don't know if I can do this. Let's try it. Let's find the Iron Kong. It's like Mecha Kong. Oh my god, he did so much damage to me. What the heck? You see how much damage he did? I'm gonna run if I can. Got one more guy in my party. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's retreat. I don't really want to die, you know. I don't want to lose all my troops. So let's see who's in my party right now. I think it's just the, no, Julius is there. Oh, we were playing as the other guy? I know he's dead. He's just completely gone. Okay, well, next time, for further notice, Iron Kong is tough. Let's just work our way back to where we were. Oh no. We encountered an enemy. 3 enemies? Can I run? If I can, I will take it. Okay. Another step, a random encounter. The random encounters aren't that bad. The ones with like an actual person on the screen or actual enemy on the screen seem like they're a little tougher. Yeah, I don't really get the whole defense thing. If anyone's played this game before and they're watching this, give me some tips, give me some pointers so I can play it on my own time. I probably won't make a 3rd video on it, but I would like to learn a little more strategy and tips on this game. I thought with the translation patch, the townsfolk would give me more tips and stuff like that, but so far it's just like generic towns text. Oh, I guess we're going to the main town. Okay, never mind. I was trying to get to that little town in the west, but let's see if I can just make it there and see if I'll get healed. Maybe get another party member. I didn't realize the party members would just like not be there. Oh no, we're gonna die. Fire at will, Commander! Is that it? No, there's one more. Oh god. Oh no, we got annihilated! Game over! Oh man! You know, the Retron5 is capable of save states, and we didn't make it any save points. So that's kind of a bummer. That I didn't make a save state or anything. Let's just check. Let's see what continue does. Continue. Oh, it's a password function, and it looks like it's a very long password. So there is no save data, but you can save with the Retron5 potentially. So I have like save states. I have it set to down and start to access the menu, and you can do save state slots and stuff like that. I didn't make any. Let's just reset the game real quick. That was it for today's gameplay on Famicom Fridays, right here on Happy Beard Games. We did a little more progress with the important help and helpful guide of the translation patch, which was released very recently. This translation patch translated the game Zoids Chuo Tairiku no Tatakai for the Nintendo Famicom into Zoids Battle of Central Continent, which is really cool if you like those RPGs in the style of the early Dragon Quest series. But it also has a different gameplay mechanic than RPG fans might be used to, so it might throw it off, throw away some people that, you know, they might enjoy RPGs, but they might not enjoy tank games. So it plays like a tank game, you know, like back in the arcades or on the Atari and stuff like that. So that's a little different than your typical RPG. It's quite different, actually. It's more of an action RPG, but it's not like, you know, jumping around like Link. It's, you know, swinging your sword and stuff. It's shooting a tank style weapon. Now, we learned a few things that we didn't know previously, so we're getting closer to being able to play this game a little more. The translation patch definitely helps, not only with like the text, but we figured out how to get a party member. We figured out a couple other things about the game. We figured out that the townsfolk mainly just say generic things. We had that weird thing happen where it exits the game if you like basically accept that you want to rest and not fight, which is a weird twist. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of like, okay, if I did that, then I have to start all the way over. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And for the most part, this game is pretty good. We didn't really do too much different than we did last time that we played. Like, I hope we would find some more stuff to do in this game. But it's still very much a challenge. If anyone knows any more information about this game, like how to defend, how to equip, can you get parts, accessories, items, equipments, weapons, stuff like that, aside from just party members, the party member did help. Once the party member was defeated, we only had our original Zoid left. And then we lost that original Zoid on our way back to the town, unfortunately. But it's a fun experience. I want to play it some more. I just want to know more about the gameplay. Let me know in the comment section if you've played this before and you have any helpful tips. Alright everybody, that's it for today's Famicom Friday. Right here on Happy Bird Games, we played Zoids Chuo Tairiku no Tatakai for the second time, using a translation patch for the first time, right here today on Happy Bird Games. It's Famicom Friday. If you like this video and you want to see more Famicom Fridays, which is my series on Japanese region games, please subscribe to Happy Bird Games. You can check out my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page. You can donate on my Ko-fi page. You can like, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends for more classic gaming goodness. And stay tuned right here on Happy Bird Games every Friday for more Famicom Fridays. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Bye!